Hey everyone, my name is Devin Adams. I'm a Fortinet instructor here in Tempe, Arizona, and I record these videos for the people who take my class. Anyways, I'm taking a little bit of a detour from what I was doing before with the 6.2 demos, and as requested, we're going to go ahead and do a test here with our VPN redundancy failovers. Now, if you guys have been following along with my other video set I've been recording recently, we've been relying on the SD-WAN to do a lot of that failover and also to pick which tunnel is best. But what about those that might not have SD-WAN as an option quite yet because they are, maybe waiting to roll it out, or they're not sold on it, or maybe it's just too much change at once? What are the other ways that we can do redundancy here? Now, I have done videos in the past about the failovers and the redundant tunnels setting the different distances on the routes, but I thought I did a video on creating link monitors for the VPN tunnels, and I couldn't find them. So I'm like, what? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that right now. So I'm going to break this video up in a couple of different pieces, okay? Just like with all my other videos, even though they're becoming quite redundant now, I'm not just going to throw any YouTube magic at you guys. So this first video is just going to be creating our topology, all right? And then we'll do a second video here to test the dead peer detectors, also to configure the link monitors and actually test and compare the two difference between the two different methods of failing over our VPN tunnels. All right. So, and that's pretty much going to be our goal here, guys, is because without any configuration outside of just what's defaulted on the site-to-site VPN connections, it relies on the dead peer detectors to detect a down tunnel, because essentially IPSec is not a connection oriented protocol. So it almost works like UDP in the fact that it's one direction, right? So DPD is a way to essentially do hello checks to make sure that the tunnel is still up and established. Because if it's not, it's just kind of like throwing it into a black hole. So when I teach this in class, I challenge my peeps, the people who take it, participants. I don't like calling them students, but I challenge them to try out the link health monitors, and we've done that in other videos here. But essentially, it just converges a lot faster, and you can also do a health check between the sites. So, anyways, enough said. Let's go ahead and build it. Once again, guys, I've done this 1,000 times, recorded it 1,000 times. For those that are not interested, you can just stop here. Okay, so. But essentially, in order to get this thing to work, we are going to have to build our site-to-site tunnels. So I always start with the NAT cloud. All right, so this actually bridges the interface between my host machine, all right, and GNS3. So this gives us like the real internet, okay? And then after that, we have these pseudo WAN boxes. Guys, they're just routers. I'm using pfSense. It's been pre-configured with a couple of interfaces, so I don't have to configure it all the time out of the box. There's videos on how to set it up. But this essentially is just going to allow us to do make-believe public IP addresses. And everything in my lab environment is 10200. So if you see 10200, it's like a make-believe publicly routable IP address. And that's actually a pfSense box. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll turn that on, and we'll let that boot up. So, okay. After that, we need a couple of FortiGates. So let's go ahead and do that. Where are you, Mr. FortiGate? Here we go. We'll pull out a couple there. Okay. And this will be HQ FortiGate. And this will be remote FortiGate. Yeah, good times. And we'll just let those boot. So here we go. All right, so those are booting up. Let's go ahead and make the connections. So we'll say port 1 to port 1, port 2 to port 2. All right, and then port 3 to port 1, port 4 to port 2. All right, cool. And I've just done this enough. I know the IP addresses. So after that, we need a couple of end machines. All right. So I'm just going to go with the minimalist configuration here. And the ones that I like to use is this web term box. So we'll crunch out a couple of those. All right. And let's go ahead and configure that bad boy. And we'll have this guy be on some subnet. Here we go. We'll borrow Google's DNS because Google is awesome like that. Thank you, Google. There we go. And we are going to have this site be 10.10.1.254 will be the FortiGate's IP address. And this machine here is going to be 10.10.1.10. Yeah, not very original. That's okay though. So we'll hit save. Apply, okay. I know it's silly, guys. I just cannot stand that Firefox symbol. So there we go. We'll make it look like a desktop, and we'll just call it HQPC1. All right, not too bad. And we'll plug that right into port 3. And like I said, guys, I've done this so many times. If you want a more further explanation, go check out my playlist. So remote PC1. And we're going to do it now over here. So here we go. We'll hit edit. All right. Good times there. Wow, look at that crap. Okay. So on this side, though, we'll still steal Google's IP address. All right. Now, as I'm doing this, guys, just as a word of warning, let's see here. 10, 20. Didn't I do 10, 10? I can't even remember. 10, 10, 1, was it? I can't even remember. Jeez. Here we go. Yeah, 10, 10, 1. Gosh. Sorry about that, guys. Look at this. So I don't forget. Okay. All right, I'm super lame. Anyways, a warning. I'm actually, I still have my SD-WAN stuff that I've been doing in my other videos running in the background. So if this crashes or melts or explodes, all right, and these are my last words, tell my kids I love them. It's just because my topology got too messy. So here we go. All right, probably should have done another IP convention, but that one's a little confusing. But it's okay, whatever. All right, let's try that again. It's times like this I wish I edited my YouTube videos. All right, so 1254 will be the IP address of the FortiGate, and this will be 10.20.1.10. All right, looks good to me. We'll hit save, we'll hit apply, we'll hit OK. Once again, supercilious. I'm going to change the logo just because I can't stand the web term box. All right, here we go. Port 3. All right, cool. That should be all we need for our topology, for the physical machines at least. Okay, let's go ahead and configure the FortiGates. So we'll go here first, and I am just using the free VMs, so they should not have a problem with doing some VPN connections for testing. So here we go. I'll never get used to it making me change my password right away. That's brand new, by the way, guys. All right, so configure system interface port 3. Nope, can't do the shortcut. I don't know why I thought I could. Edit port 3. All right, we'll set IP address to 10.10.1.254 with the /24. And we'll set the allow access to ping, HTTP, HTTPS, and SSH. All right. Execute ping 10.10.1.10. All right, so there is the web term box that I just configured. So we should have GUI access on our HQ side. Let's turn this bad boy on, and we'll do the same over here on the remote side. All right, so admin, forcing me to change my password. Dang you, Fortinet. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so config system interface, edit port 3, set the IP address for 10.21.254. All right, set allow access to ping, HTTP, HTTPS, and SSH. All right, execute ping 10.21.10. All right, there is my other PC. All right, so we should be good for that, okay? So let's go ahead and create our topology. Okay, so we'll start over here in our headquarters. Here's my Terraturn box. Let's log into the GUI. All right, there it is. Oh, come on. Admin. Okay, that's so weird. Sure, we'll give it a new host name. Why not? HQ FortiGate. Looks good to me. All right, so let's go ahead and set some IP addresses on our make-believe WAN interfaces, okay? So here's port 1, and I just know this because I configured that WAN box so many times, all right? But this is going to be our WAN 1 connection, and it's going to have an IP address of that, okay? And our redundant connection on port 2 is going to have an IP address, WAN 2, of 10.200.2.1/24. At least be able to ping it. All right. We better do HTTPS too, just in case. Okay. And okay, whatever. See, I just can't help putting LAN there. Okay. So now here's the thing, guys. I don't want to set up a whole boatload of firewall policies, especially with these free VMs that limit you with the amount of policies that you can do. So I'm going to really quickly just make a WAN zone. So here we go. I'm going to call this WAN zone or something stupid like that. All right, and I'm going to drop my 2 WAN interfaces in there. All right, there we go. That way I only have to write 1 firewall policy. And then for our static routes, so the FortiGate knows where to leave, we're going to do first 1 connection. All right, out port 1. And then we are going to do the next connection, out port 2. Oh, 254. It does a route lookup, by the way. And because they are equal distance and equal priority, they'll just load balance, and that's fine. So let's go to our firewall policies, and let's at least create 1 here for internet access. Why not? All right, so we'll go to our LAN, to our WAN zone, our source. Now, normally I don't do the all to alls, but you know what, guys? I'm just trying to speed past this. All right, because I've done this so many times. Here we go. In other videos, I mean. And believe it or not, that should be enough. As you guys can see, I'm actually surfing the interwebs. So, all right, our HQ site is set up. Not too bad. Let's go over to our remote site now. Okay, so let's go here. Here we go. It's going to be 10.20.1.254. There's the FortiGate. All right. Oh, that's so weird. I'm just not used to it pulling that up. All right, FortiGate. Here we go. And I know it sounds super duper silly, guys, but I'm going to take just a minute, just a second, and change the color of this background. That way I have a visual cue of which FortiGate I'm in. So, so weird they took out red. All right, there we go. So I guess that's their closest to red now. All right, let's set up our network interfaces. All right, so right, here we go. So port 1, we'll call this WAN 1. And this is going to be 10.200.3.1/24. All right. And then port 2 will be our WAN 2. Okay. And this is going to be 10.200.4.1/24. At least do ping access. All right. And then once again, I'll do a zone just to keep the firewall policies down. So WAN zone, cone, zone, whatevs. All right, here we go. Okay, cool. All right, now we got to tell, okay, fine. It bugs me so bad when people don't give aliases to their interfaces. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and do our static routes. We got to tell the FortiGate how to leave. All right, so we have our 10.200.3.254. See, it did a route lookup and knew where to go. All right. And then also R10.200.4.254. So once again, guys, when you see the 10200, make believe, Peter Pan style, that those are publicly routable interfaces. They are just being routed through this pfSense box right here. Okay, so all right, let's write the firewall policy to let it out. Here we go. We'll just say interwebs. All right. So we'll say port 3 going out to the WAN zone. I don't know why that sounds like the Twilight Zone. Okay, here we go. All right, there we go. And if everything works out well, we should have, yay, internet access. All right, cool. Where are we at? 15 minutes? Phew. Let's build the site-to-site tunnels. All right, so let's start over here on our headquarters side. And you know what, guys? I'm going to cheat. I'm just going to use the wizard because I don't care. All right, so here we go. Let's go down to our VPN. Let's go to our IPSec wizard. Okay, I'm going to say to remote 1. All right, site to site. Hit next. And our remote IP address is going to be 10.200.3.1. Okay. My pre-shared key, which is going to be super secret. Don't tell anyone. Yeah. There we go. And then for our quick mode selectors, it's going to be 10.20.1.0/24. Nice. Okay. Right away, I'm just going to add another. Okay. So here I'm going to say to remote 2. All right. Hit next. The remote IP address is going to be that one. Now, we are doing a primary to primary to secondary to secondary. I'm not doing any kind of crisscross mesh VPNing here, so that's why I'm picking port 2. There we go. I mean, I could do a mesh. It would just take a little bit more work. So, all right, so port 3, and then here we go, 10.10, no, 20.1.0/24. All right, we'll hit create. Now, I'm going to stop right here, okay, right here, because you see the static route. I'm going to go ahead and open up this bad boy, okay, and the administrative distance is 10. Now, we're going to want these redundant connections to have a higher distance. All right, so there's not multiple VPN connections that could cause any kind of weird asymmetrical routing. All right, so we'll do a 15. And let's go ahead and do the other side, okay? So, yeah, okay. I'm like, where am I? I'm trying to rush too much. That's the problem. So, here we go. IPSec wizard. Okay, this one's going to say to HQ1. Put in our public IP address. All right, super secret password. Shh. Yeah, I'm pretty annoying. All right, there we go. Here we're going to pick LAN. Come on, buddy. Okay, my whole computer just suddenly froze. Did I finally okay. I thought that melting comment finally came true. All right. 10.10.10/24. All right, we'll hit create. Boom, baby. Let's add another tunnel. Get out of here. All right. We'll say to HQ2. And we'll use our last. All right. Oh, see, I almost screwed up there. And make sure I'm doing WAN 2. So like I said, I'm doing primary WAN connection to primary WAN connection, secondary WAN connection to secondary WAN connection. All right. All right. Double check myself. Okay, there we go. We'll hit next. And just like before, 10.10.10/24, we'll hit create. And once again, I'm going to go ahead and edit this. And that backup connection, I'm going to have a higher distance, so only one VPN tunnel is in there at a time. Okay, so let's go ahead and test connectivity between the two sites. All right, and then we'll call it a day. And then in our next video, like I said, we'll go ahead and we'll test the 2 different failovers. So let's go ahead and load up the terminal. All right, and let's go ahead and ping 10.10.1.10. All right, we always lose one packet to the to the ISA or whatever they call it, the phase 1 negotiation. But there we go. It's pinging. Okay, let's check it out on the other side. Okay, so let's go to our terminal here. I'll say ping 10.20.1.10. And there we go. So let's check which tunnel is being used. It should be the primary because of the distance. So we'll come over here to IPSec monitor, and as you can see, we only have the main one up. All right, guys, so we have our topology. So there you go, just under 20 minutes. I still cannot shut up in time. So anyways, in our next video, we'll go ahead and go over the dead peer detectors. We'll do the failover, and then we'll configure the link monitors. Okay, and then we'll test that one, and we'll compare which one's the better deal, which one converges faster, which one is the better option after the fact. So, all right, guys, see you in just a moment.